Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Ring of Honor. We started the show off with Shane Taylor Promotions. Finally, the entire group together backstage, letting everyone know that they are them, and that from now on, they'll be doing all the main events. They'll be winning, and they'll be on top of things on Ring of Honor. And I've been saying that since months ago, months ago, and honestly, that has not happened. Do I blame them? Absolutely not. I know Trish Adora did have an injury. Shane Taylor maybe had an injury. I'm not sure because he was gone for some time as well. So we've seen a little bit more of the infantry, and we've seen a little bit of Lee Moriarty as well, but nothing consistent. And that's what we're looking for, is something consistent. Now, after this, we do have a match with Atlantis Jr. teaming up with Templorio to go against Magnus and Volador Jr. These are the typical ones from CMLL that they'll constantly bring over. They're one of the top guys over there. They're constantly used on Ring of Honor. The crowd is going goo goo gaga for the match. And it's so interesting because, like, yesterday, I was it yesterday or maybe Tuesday, I was watching a Wrestle Dream match with Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson, and my daughter is just like, when are they going to start flipping? When are they going to start doing all this cool stuff? And I'm like, girl, they are doing the cool stuff. It's just different from what you like. And it's just one of those things where a lot of fans, like, depending on the show, the matches, even if it's great, they always gravitate towards that lucha style, that high-flying style, and they can win anybody over. Obviously, baby faces end up taking the win. You know, Templorio, Atlantis Jr., we need them to be ring ready during next week while we're in Mexico. Now, Preston Vance going against Evil Uno, which I did not expect to see happen because they do have a story going on with Frat House and Dark Order. Frat House come out there with everyone in the group, and they have like two people who are damn, what is that word? Why do I always forget the motherfucking word? These people these recruiting guys that are trying to get inside the group, whatever they're called, and they're trying to get in the group, so they're ringside with them. And then we have Alex Reynolds, who is ringside for Evil Uno. Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds getting ass whooped by everyone else, and I expected that. Now, like I said, I didn't expect for Preston and Evil Uno to have a match just yet, because so far, Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds are the only ones representing not Ring of Honor, Dark Order at this point. So it just seems like, okay, so we got a tag team pretty much beefing with a faction, which is absolutely insane. Now, while I did like both of them here in this match, for me, I wasn't sure like what the payoff would be with either one of them winning. Like, even if Evil Uno were to win, like, where the fuck is this going? And thanks to all the cheating going on and the referee just being blind as fuck and not able to see what's going on, we do have the Frat House helping Preston Vance take the win. And after the match, they're like, you know what? We're going to beat the shit out of Alex Reynolds and Evil Uno. And here comes John Silver with the save. Captain Saberhole coming to save his buddies. And I thought that was very interesting because I was just like, holy shit, like, where you been? I didn't even realize he was gone. I'm not even going to lie. Because everybody done already left the group, so I kind of didn't realize that he just haven't been there. So here he is. Helping Dark Order, and he already got kinesio tape and everything on that leg. That leg is taped up already, so maybe he had some type of injury or whatnot that had him gone for a little bit, which is probably why he hasn't been around. We finally have 3 people in this group that can at least go against the entire, well, not the entire Frat House, 3 out of the 4 members of the Frat House. So that's probably a route that they can go with in terms of going to the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view. That will be next month. Yes, Supercard of Honor in the middle of the fucking summer, which is typically in April or March, and we're pushing it all the way to summer. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, we're going to keep this story strong with Frat House and Dark Order, because both of these groups, they need it. They really need it. Now, after this, we have a promo from the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion, Red Velvet. She's saying how she's the longest TV champion, for the women's, ever, and how she's so, I don't know, dominant and no one can beat her. And I'll be honest with you, like, I love Red Velvet, but baby, you're the second person to ever hold this title. You just happen to hold it longer than Billie Starkz. Now, look, I feel like even with Red Velvet, she has her match next, by the way. She's having a proving grounds match with Harlan Lopez. And in the match, I was just like, this is what I always wanted from Red Velvet. Her being so dominant. And sometimes you got to tap into that heel energy to be able to show your dominance and show that character, to have people to look at you, even if they're not cheering for you because they're booing you because you're the bad guy. At least they can't deny your talent and how well versed you are in the ring. But with that being said, she hasn't had many title defenses, and there is zero stories going on with her with this title. So I'll be honest and say, like, Red Velvet, I love you, but what are we bragging about? There hasn't been opportunities to do really much with this title, and it's not just her, it's pretty much everyone within Ring of Honor. We're literally a month away from the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view, and we only have, a story with Frat House and Dark Order. Tony Khan, we need to get the ball rolling since, like, months ago. Now, after Red Velvet ends up taking the win, we have Dark Order backstage, and they're celebrating that John Silver has returned, and they're saying that they should go against Frat House in a trios match. I just finished talking shit about everybody, and they give us the famous line, who the fuck is Griff Garrison? They're just like, hey, we should go against him in a trios match. Now, I don't know which out of the four they'll end up going with. Now, I did remember seeing, like, a week ago, Evil Uno said something. Was it Evil Uno? One of them from the group has said something on social media about how it would be interesting for them to have another member in the group. Honestly, y'all need nobody else. I'm just saying, like, if y'all trying to do an 8-man tag situation, okay, I get it. But, like, do y'all really need another person in the group to continue Dark Order? Honestly, I don't even know how Dark Order has lasted this long. I think it's time to keep things moving. But let's see how the trios match go first. Now, after this, we have Shane Taylor Promotions against Local Talent in 8-man tag. And as much as Local Talent, they wasn't giving me what I was looking for in terms of the looks. But they actually wasn't so bad in the ring, and they showed a lot of heart. Really, really trying to push it against the Shane Taylor Promotions. However, they looked amazing. Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Carly Bravo, Sean Dean, like, all of them look so great. And Trisha Dory ringside, looking so pretty. They look very dominating here, and this is what I would like to see from them constantly. And I don't want it to feel like they need to bring Local Talent in to be able to do this, because they can be able to do this with damn near anybody in the group. Now, I feel like initially they started trying to get this group to be bigger in a Ring of Honor. I remember there was supposed to be an opportunity for Shane Taylor to go against Mark Briscoe. They started a little bit of a feud, even had a promo and everything, where it was leading to Shane Taylor to go against Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor world title, and something happened, and for whatever reason, God made it so that Chris Jericho got his hands on that title. So here we are right now, where they're kind of trying to get back up. That's what it looks like to me. I think what fucked things up, other than the Chris Jericho situation, was the fact that they got involved in that storyline with Adam Cole and Daniel Garcia and all these people on Collision. And there were some great matches that came out of it, but they lost everything, and they kind of made them look like babies against Paragon and all these things. So that right there didn't help. And I just feel like there could be more of a focus, which is, I don't want to say keeping Shane Taylor Promotions on Ring of Honor, but we need to really bring these guys up. I'm kind of tired of feeling like people are just stuck in limbo and not really moving up or not even down in terms of Ring of Honor. We need to do a hell of a lot more with this amazing group. And yes, they end up taking the win. Like, who else would have taken the win? Now, for our main event, we had a Proving Grounds match with Mansoor going against Bandito. And Mansoor can last at 10 minutes or have our champion submit or pin him for the win. Then he'll get a chance at a future title shot. MXM Collection, and obviously Taya Valkyrie and Johnny TV are all ringside, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure that Mansoor can make that 10 minutes at least so that he can get his title shot. Aubrey Edwards is the official. She's like barely paying attention, and then finally at some point she's seeing how Johnny TV and Mason are getting involved, and she's just like, you know what, oh yeah, just get the hell up out of here, because I'm trying to focus on this match. Now, even when everyone ends up leaving, it kind of seems like Bandito's a little bit distracted, and Mansoor look almost like he's about to take the win. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't mind. I think he's pretty talented, and he's a great wrestler. Why not? However, we had other plans with Bandito end up taking the win. Honestly, I get it. The crowd, they were really enjoying this match from what it looked like. They made a lot of noise. They really enjoyed Bandito. I hate his finisher. I hate the finisher. Like, it's either that it's stupid or that no one can actually pull this off. I just don't know what it is about this finisher where you literally have your opponent hunched over holding onto the rope while you get yourself ready to flip off their back and then give them like a suplex and everything. Like, none of that shit makes sense to me, and I never feel like I've actually seen anyone execute this in a way where somebody would actually believe this to be a credible finisher. So if it were me, Bandito, I would have something else to do in terms of a finisher. After the match though, we do have Lee Johnson who comes out. Lee Johnson is looking at Bandito like, bitch, I want that title. And I'm just like, oh, okay, that's pretty ballsy of you. While Bandito is locking eyes with Lee Johnson, here comes Blake, our boy Blake Christian, with an attack onto the champion. But then, while Lee Johnson and Blake are attacking him, we have Mascara Dorada, who ends up coming out to help Bandito. Now, for those of you who do not know, this isn't a thing where, oh, we're friends, so I'm just helping you. AEW, Ring of Honor and everything, they're going over there to Mexico next week. It's not just AEW Dynamite Grand Slam on Wednesday, but there will also be Ring of Honor tapings, and they're also on Tuesday, CMLL does Martes Populares, and they will be doing a show where they will have AEW and Ring of Honor wrestlers. So basically it's called Popular Tuesday. So there'll be some wrestlers over there. And I think what would be the main event, which will be Mascara Dorada versus Bandito. I'm not 100% sure if the Ring of Honor title is on the line. I haven't heard that to be the case. I remember Leo Rush, Action Andretti is supposed to be over there. Don Callis family is supposed to be over there on that Tuesday as well. Oh, and then Persephone will be going against Red Velvet. I believe that TV title is on the line. Wait, hold on. Both of them have titles. I think they might both be on the line. And then on the 20th, which is Friday, New Japan will also be in CMLL. I'm going to try my best to watch these shows and review them for y'all, or at least get something for y'all so y'all can keep up with what's going on, because I know Thunder Rosa is going to be over there, a few of the people from New Japan and everything. So it looks like it's going to be a really great week to be a wrestling fan over in Mexico. But the thing is that the only thing that we've actually heard of all this time is just Grand Slam Mexico, which is going to be on that Wednesday. Like, Tony Khan, AEW has never talked about the Tuesday show. They've never even mentioned Fantastica Mania that's supposed to be on June 20th with New Japan and everything and AEW. And I'm just like, something about it, like, for me, this is a problem with AEW. I appreciate that they do these types of shows with other promotions, but they only seem to promote what they feel like promoting. You mean to tell me that you have your superstars being there on a Tuesday show and on a what's June 20th, Friday show, and you're not talking about that because the only thing you want people to know about is Dynamite? Like, does that make sense? Like, all these people are over there and they have not mentioned anything. Now, I will say this though, that despite me already knowing about all of these shows that they're doing in Mexico next week, Today, Ring of Honor episode was the first time they mentioned about the Tuesday show because Red Velvet's going to be there. And then they also mentioned about Mascara Dorada and Bandito simply because they're going to be there. And I was just like, but we knew about this for months. Everybody else, well, some of us knew about this. And it's just an issue in terms of the company not promoting well what their stars are going to be part of. Like, just the same thing when they did Wrestle Dynasty, when it was all those promotions all together in Japan, the day after Wrestle Kingdom, putting on a pay-per-view. And a lot of people did not know about this because Tony, they never mentioned anything about the pay-per-view. And it's like, you literally have like Kenny Omega gonna be over there. You have a lot of top stars being there and y'all not saying nothing about it. It's absolutely insane. I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I feel like they need better marketing, because if you have wrestlers, I don't care if it's just one person from your roster going somewhere, y'all literally should be hyping them up and telling people about what's going on. Y'all gonna be there all week and you're only telling us about one show instead of all 3 shows that you guys are part of? Absolutely insane to me. Ring of Honor was not bad. We're a month away from the pay-per-view, and I really feel like the only reason why I'm watching it is because I bought tickets to see the damn thing, so I'll be there. But for everyone else, I don't know if anyone would feel convinced to actually sit down and watch Supercard of Honor, because there's really no stories, and there's really nothing going on at this point. Tony Khan, let's get the ball rolling. We're ready to see a good show.